Good morning, CSL Simi Valley.
Good morning.
Good morning to the dedicated, the committed, and those that are just loving to be here.
Yeah.
And not afraid of the rain. It's a beautiful, I love the rain. Oh my goodness, just feels so good, smells so good, so nourishing. Mother Nature's wonderful nectar. So we got so many lovely things happening. It's holiday season, feeling it. I got my Christmas packing shirt on. This is when you see it's got little gifts all over it down here at the bottom. So I'm feeling that energy today. And what other stuff's going on? Oh, I know what's happening. We have these people that show up every week to make this service happen. Mm-hmm. And some of them like get really down into it, and they just love the energy, and they love to bring their heart and their energy and their soul to this center and bring their friends and their partners, even when they're not traveling all over the country in an RV. She's looking around going, who are we talking about? We're talking about Linda Moore, Volunteer of the Month. Come on up, Linda. Come on up here. Come on, come on, come on. I know. It's hard. You know, some people, it's hard to get them to stand up in front. They're the background folks. Linda is clearly one of those people. Look at this. Look at the expression on her face right now as I put this microphone in her. What are you doing? We're acknowledging you for being such a wonderful volunteer. Speak about it. Come on, talk to us.
I love doing this.
Yes?
And I love the center. And I will do whatever I can back there.
Back there. Well, go back there and do more of that stuff. Come here first. Here, we love you. Thank you so much. Yeah. And it's that time of year also to give of our hearts, and we have partnered with the Costa Pacific Centers for Children and Families, and so we're doing a gift card drive. This year they want to give gift cards from various stores, and you buy your gift card for either a fast food restaurant or a store that like a Target or something where they can maybe get some supplies for the home or gifts for their kids, and then bring those cards here to us. That includes all of you that are watching online, because I know on a day like this, you thought, I really want to go to the center, but this bed feels so good. I ain't mad at you. Hey, I'll be back there right after the service. I'm going right back to bed watching football. Yeah. So I get it. But send your card in, bring your card to the lobby, drop it off in the basket. It says by 12:12. That's a typo. It's actually by 12:22.
What if you got an electronic gift card and you want to donate it? How would you do
I
that?
don't know how you would donate an electronic gift card. You have one of those? Mm-hmm. All right, so that's a question to call the office and speak to the person who knows all things, that has been downloaded all the information from Dr. Susan into Danny's head and adding even more information to that. So call during the week, or Darlene, and one of those two can find out how to do an electronic gift card, if that's even possible. That's really smart. It's such a virtual age. Everything is electronic and all that stuff. And I called a company this week.
It got a person?
Right away.
No way.
Like
No way.
a person answered.
See, you put that out
And
there.
said, where would you like me to direct your call? I'm happy to just talk to you. Yeah, it was just an amazing thing. Let's do our vision and mission statement, shall we? Here we go. We're a community, inclusive, loving, and authentic. We celebrate all paths to God in gratitude, empowering self and others. We serve compassionately through outreach, inspiration, and education. That's who we are. That's why we're here. And here's what we do. Jon Newbill, welcome.
So join me in an opening treatment. This is what I know. There is one infinite power in, through, and as all, in, through, and as each one here, in, through, and as each one watching through the magic of the internet. And as we now come out of a couple years of apparent darkness, we move into a new normal, knowing that that new normal may not look like what we have been used to. But with that normal comes the light. And what we know is that those thoughts and the ideas that were planted in the darkness of winter are even now germinating to appear in the coming spring, and with them comes all the attributes of God: joy and love and peace and compassion and wisdom. Grateful for this knowing, grateful for this new beginning. I release my word into the law, and so it is.
So it is. Please join us in our
Please stand and sing.
song. How can I serve? How can I serve today, sweet Spirit? How can I serve today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Who needs my love today, sweet Spirit? Who needs my love today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. How can I serve today? How can I serve today? Who needs my love today? Who needs my love today? Sweet Spirit.
Hey now,
And it's Cosmic Kids time.
it is Cosmic Kid time.
And they're dancing back there, having a great time.
They're ready to go. I'm going to go head out with the Cosmic Kids for a minute.
Yeah.
You got some other stuff to do?
Do I have? Oh,
One,
sure.
two.
You do? No, up here. You do this. I'm going to go there, and I'll come back here later. I'll be listening. Okay, bye. Let's go, Cosmic Kids. Let's go play.
How about we do the affirmation? Okay, let's do the affirmation. I'll say it once, and then I'll invite you all to join me. The ways I celebrate the season make my life worth living and spiritually bond me to everyone I meet. Together? The ways I celebrate the season make my life worth living and spiritually bond me to everyone I meet. So my reading today, some of the Sacred Sisters have already heard this because my boarder shared this with them. But my mom was part of Science of Mind before I was born, and she taught junior church at the North Hollywood Church. And about a year after she passed, I found this, and it was sort of a treasure. Something that she wrote. It goes to the tune of Jingle Bells, but I'm not going to sing it. I'm just going to read it. Can you see the love light in my eyes? It's shining there because I am an angel in disguise. God is the life in me and every living thing. It's God who makes the flowers bloom and all the birds to sing. Yes, I know, God is all there is. Oh, how it is great to know God is all there is. God is the power in me. I use it every day. I use it when I dance and sing and when I work or play. God is the love in me, and love is what I give. I give with all my heart and soul. I give that I might live. In his love divine. Oh, how great it is to live in his love divine. At Christmas time, that time of year, my heart's so full of love and cheer. I'll wrap it up in ribbons blue and give it all with love to you. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, John. All right, this morning we have our brother, our dear friend, Harold Payne.
Professional show business.
Yeah.
I put on the
You don't
other
have to
side.
move your own stuff here.
Sorry. If you adjust the height, no, I'm just kidding. Well, happy to be back in one of my very favorite places to be on a Sunday.
Yay.
It's been a long time.
We're happy to have you.
Or any other day, as far as that goes. In the midst of chaos, I see a ray of hope. A coming together of unprecedented scope. A return to oneness and compassion, where simple kindness is the first reaction. Where our rancor is released, this is a call to peace. There have been times we've been tested, felt isolated, disconnected. We are stronger than our fears, and the future's brighter than it appears. We can build on our common beliefs. This is a call to peace. It's a call to peace. It's a call to love. It's a call to the greatness we're all made of. It's a call to peace. It's a call to love. My brother and my sister, we all know there's a bond between us that we can't let go. I hear your truth, you hear mine. It's ended any time. And all bitterness can simply cease. This is a call to peace. It's a call to peace. It's a call to love. It's a call to the greatness we're all made of. It's a call to peace. It's a call to love. It's a call to peace. Oh, it's a call to love. It's a call to the greatness we're all made of. It's a call to peace. It's a call to love.
Harold Payne.
Thank you.
It's a good thing we have this light. Sometimes I forget that I've got more than one thing to do up here. It's time for the God awareness place, the gap. 3 minutes of silent meditation. And I get to ring the gong again. So I invite you to create your own gap, maybe just sitting there at the stoplight. Don't close your eyes, though.
This is one you all know. I figured it's the time of the season. This is one of my favorite Christmas songs. Hope it's one of yours. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. So here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years we all will be together as the fates allow. Hang a shining star across the highest bough. Ooh. And have yourself a merry little Christmas now. And you can hold hands if you want to. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years we all will be together if the fates allow. Hang a shining star across the highest bough. Ooh. And have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
Oh, lovely.
Beautiful. Oh. Let's do that. Harold, don't go anywhere. Stay there. Come back up here for a minute. Because I don't know if everyone knows this or not, but a few weeks back, Harold's longtime partner, wife, come here, Sue, made her transition. And we love you. And we just wanted to acknowledge where you might be and to know that we're with you always. And so folks here put a little card to sign some things for you. And we just love you, buddy.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's called a Z plant. It lasts forever. You can't kill it. Once every couple of weeks. It's like the best plant ever. And you don't even have to put it in a lot of light. It's beautiful. It's called a Z plant, also known as the eternity plant. Partly because, like I said, you only water it every couple of weeks, and it can be in a low light situation. It's great for people who think they have brown thumbs. Yeah. We're grateful for you. I love the phrasing you put on that song. The way you phrase a song, you make it all your own. Yeah, it's beautiful. So, the super glue of Christmas lights. You know, when I make these talk titles, I don't know where they come from. And I had this idea that this was really going to be a fun talk. And then I was talking, and I had it all in my head, and I'm talking to my brother yesterday, no, it was Friday, and he says, super glue, but super glue is like permanent. Because I told him what my thought was about the talk, and he goes, but super glue is like permanent. And I went, oh, well, kind of, maybe, but, why did you say that? So I had to rewrite the whole thing. And it was great. I love how the muses show up in these wonderful places because there is a super glue of Christmas lights. There is a story behind why Christmas lights are so important to us. That is our original story, the one we cannot get unstuck from. The super glue of Christmas lights. It works. Boom, drop the mic. But you have to wait. Because I got to do the whole thing. I got a whole talk here. First, it's the light show. The first thing is the light show. When we were kids, my dad would throw us in the car, and we would drive around Sherwood Forest in Detroit. There's a neighborhood called Sherwood Forest. And the people were known for Decorate and Palmer Woods. Those two neighborhoods, they had the most amazing Christmas lights. And it felt like we were driving for hours. Because when you're 5 and 7 years old, 11 years old, you know, the city's huge, right? And then suddenly I realized it's just like around the block. But we would go out to this neighborhood, and they'd have these most amazing lights. And my brother and I were our faces were just like right onto the windshield, just looking out. Oh my God, look at that, look at that, look at that. Then we'd go home, we'd decorate our own lights and do everything like that. And then I moved to Austin, Texas years later, and they have a place called Zilker Park. And in Austin, they have these things, they call them moonlights. They're these tall, tall towers, and the lights are up on the towers, and they light up the city all over, but kind of like moonlight, because they're actually pointed upward. Well, they changed that now because of the star and light pollution. They now point down. But they make this kind of glowy moonlight. Well, they take one of these towers in a place called Zilker Park, and they string Christmas lights from it, and it makes a tree something like one of these. And it's just an amazing thing. And people go there, and you know how Austin is. Keep it weird, right? Everybody in Austin smokes pot. So you find almost everybody in Austin smokes pot. And those that don't smoke pot, they have to smoke pot because it's like, you know, it just flows. Secondhand, right. And you see, at Zilker Park, you see all these hippies laying on their backs underneath the tree, looking at the lights up above and spinning around, you know. The wonder, the joy, the magic, the glue of Christmas lights that pulls you to them. And then come to L.A. And I'm like, where am I going to do this? Griffith Park. Where, you know, used to drive up through Crystal Springs and up the Griffith Drive, and you'd see the lights, and now they have it on the train. Now you have to take the train, but you still get the light show. We're still fascinated by it. In my own neighborhood, the Wrightwood Estates have decided this year to have a Christmas light competition. So people are all over, and it's very interesting because all of our Jewish friends have jumped in too. So it's either colored lights or it's blue and white lights. But the neighborhood is just covered in lights. It's so great to see this. So there is this magic, this season ritual caused by these lights. And whether it's religious or secular, whether it's done by the city or yourself or whatever, there's something special. There's something meaningful, and there's something very important about the lights. Very important about these lights, you see. And what's really interesting is that it's not just us. It's not just something happened in this country that is sort of semi-Christian founded, theist founded, whatever, that has all these different faiths, freedom of religion as long as you're Christian. You know, this is all this kind of stuff, but it's all societies everywhere have these choreographed, specialized, formalized, meaningful traditional rituals that help to bring a sense of ownership, a sense of belonging, a sense of oneness. They're precisely executed, and they mark these threshold moments in our life. These threshold moments. In fact, it might even be that these rituals mark the threshold moment that brought us civilization itself. You know, for many years, they thought that civilization was as a result of moving from hunter-gathering to agricultural, or maybe it was the hunter-gatherers around the tribe and the fire, but they discovered a place in Turkey. It's called Göbekli Tepe. Göbekli Tepe. And this place is got all of these ritualistic figures that they've uncovered, acres and acres of them. And they're just beginning to excavate this place. And they discovered that it's 12,000 years old. And the only reason they can find for it even existing is that it was a place that people came to feel this sense of belonging, to feel this sense of ritual, to find meaning and purpose in their life. They're saying that this might be the most, the thing that anchors civilization itself. This place is so old, it's 12,000 years old. It's 3 times older than the pyramids, 2 times older than Stonehenge. It's an old place. And there's no town nearby. There's no archaeological evidence of a town nearby. People had to travel on purpose to this place. The way we participate in these rituals on purpose. There's no reason to do the rituals. We just simply do them. Demetrius Zagalakis says in this wonderful book, Ritual, How Seemingly Senseless Acts Makes Life Worth Living. He says that the need for ritual is primeval. It may even have played a pivotal role in human civilization. See, he studied this place, and he found that this thing exists only for the sense of feeling purpose, of finding meaning. It's something deep within us. It's something that brings an idea called identity fusion into our lives. It's where our personal self and our personal sense of worth and belonging join together into one, fuse into one. And we see it. It's not just, like I said, it's not just religious, it's secular. I mean, we've all seen cheeseheads. Football? Green Bay Packers? My God, what's up with those people? But hey, they have this collective identity fusion thing going on. And 49er fans, oh my goodness, not just because they look sparkly, it's because they remind us of the light within, the Christ child that lies within each and every one of us. Now the thing that why are we stuck on these rituals? It keeps coming to me. Why are we stuck on these things? Because there's no direct influence between the rituals that we do and our lives. They're not like habits. You wake up every morning, you brush your teeth to keep your hygiene good. Interesting that a sociologist and an anthropologist would be named George Humans. He says ritual actions do not produce a practical result on the external world. That is one of the reasons why we call them rituals. It gives members of society confidence. It dispels anxiety, and it disciplines social organizations. It helps us to find out who we are, why we're here, and what we're here to do. It's kind of like our vision and our mission statement. It does the same kind of thing for us, and we do it each week. It's a ritualistic kind of behavior for us as well. So as I say, they serve us time over time. And it's the ritual that does something very different. It's not just because it's old. I mean, if I pulled out my phone and I got a 20-year-old cell phone, I would be hard-pressed to convince any of you that that's a good idea. Like, what are you doing with that old phone? Get rid of that flip phone, right? But when we do these rituals over and over again, time and generation and generation and generation, I know some of you have flip phones. I know. I know. I saw the hits. I know. They are coming back. I know. But these ritual stories, again, thank you, T. Michael Rambo, the super glue of the lights is that there's a story that we cannot be unstuck from. It's our original story. It's the divine story. It's the story of who and what we are. We are connected to that spiritual essence, that divine presence, and we can never be separated from it. So when we, this time of year, look at these lights, when we look at on the tree, when we celebrate them going by, even when we see a candle, whether it's this candle, a prayer candle that we light here, or the menorah that's going to be lit next week, or just a candle that you maybe meditate from at home, all of these lights, they help to remind us that there's a light within us that is a spark of truth and knowledge and a place of wisdom that we can go with. It's who and what we are. Now, we can go without it. We can tell ourselves something different versus what we really know deep inside. We have the freedom to pretend it's not there, the freedom to ignore the truth of our being, the freedom to forget the truth of who we are. And that brings us back into jumping in the car and driving around and looking at the lights. So we can begin to remember. We can go into awe and wonder. That's why we sing the Christmas carols. You know, something happens when you sing the carols. They've studied this neurologically. It aligns us, and we become in sync with one another. When we sing our songs, the reason we have the community songs that we sing each week, it puts us in that place of oneness. It brings us into that social order, that social discipline. It dispels our anxieties. It calms us down, allows us to go, yeah, what's Reverend Stephen going to say today? Thinking about the stories we tell, the family stories that we share. Uncle Joe and Aunt Ruth, and when you were just this tall and you said so and so. You just, oh, please don't tell that again. Oh my God. But those stories that bind us together, you know, and the movies. I said I was going to go home and watch football, but after I watch my first football game, I'm going to go watch The Bishop's Wife, my favorite Christmas movie. The Bishop's Wife. I don't know, many people like The Bishop's Wife, that a Christmas movie? It is. David Niven, Cary Grant, the Mitchell Choir Boys. It's awesome. Check it out. But we all have it. We all have that special movie that grounds us into the season, that becomes part of our ritual as we practice. It helps us to see the way others are and to act like others, to see others acting like us. It allows us to see what is similar with each other. It bonds, it glues, it sticks us, and it makes us like other people more when we can see the things that they do that we do in common. This is what this time of year does for us. You know, they say that practice makes perfect, but rituals arouse, and the arousal makes life special. This is the time that makes life special. Our lights are something called imaginistic rituals. They spark the imagination. It takes us into that unforgettable experiences that becomes part of the core of our autobiographical self. It's a place we remember and remember and remember. Going back to our dear friend Zagalatas, he says, when we attend a ritual loaded with pageantry, it's as though a little voice inside our brain is telling us, pay attention. Remember this moment, because something important and meaningful is happening. This is the time of year to pay attention. Something important, something meaningful is happening. And the great thing is, this important, meaningful thing that we're being called to remember at this time of year is happening every day, every moment of our lives. And so another part of the value of the ritual of this time of year is to also remember. Like, I love to play Christmas carols in August. Some reason it's become a habit, and come August, I pull up my Christmas in Austin soundtrack off Spotify, and I know it works because every year Spotify does the wrapped up songs, you know, gives you your wrap of all the songs you listen to the year, and frequently Christmas carols are in that. Yeah, I was going to sing a song for our Christmas thing, and Cherie was like, "No." It was the one about you were like, but that's such a sad song. It was the Nat King Cole song, you know, the Christmas little, that does, the Santa Claus that does it, little boy that Santa Claus forgot. It's the little boy that Santa Claus forgot. I have to go back and look at the rest of the lyrics. Maybe I will. I'm going to be crying. Meaningful happenings, important thing that's going on this time of year is enhanced by the coordinated rhythmic activity that we participate in this time of year. It's enhanced by things that do this shared activity, these shared feelings. It's the glue that bonds us. It's the super glue of our lives. Take that, Michael Rambo. So we put up the lights. We decorate the tree. We light the candles. We tell the stories. We are storytellers. And for many of us, the stories that we tell this time of year are not necessarily good stories. We don't all have fond Christmas memories. Sometimes it was hard. Thank God for friends. And as we, the family you choose, that's right. But what we know in the science of mind, and what we come to learn in the science of mind, is that the same wind that will safely bring your boat into harbor is the wind that can also rock. It's the same wind. It's all about the product of the speaker of the word. So if we're telling these various stories this time of year, we are the storytellers. But you know what? We're also the writers of our stories. And we are the showrunners of our stories. We get to direct you in all ways. Ready, willing, able to guide you in all ways. This is what we get to come also to remember this time of year, that presence is a part of me, and it has given me free will. It's given me free will to forget, to ignore, and to pretend that this is not my truth, and also the ability to rewrite my story, to look at a new light, and let that light shine in my heart and become the truth of who I really am. Dr. Holmes called it the voice celestial. He says, stick to the idea of the voice celestial. It's a really long poem, but it's a powerful idea. The voice celestial that is for us, that's working through us, that is of us, and we are of it. This mystical presence, this sweet, divine light that is welling up from within us and waiting for us to ask and be ready to receive, to proclaim our belonging to itself as it belongs to us. And in so doing, finding that it is the source and the root of everything that is about us. That's the super glue of the season. That's the truth of who we are. That is the message of the ages, and it is an age-old story that comes from all the enlightened ones of all time. Whether it's the Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads, the Quran, the Christian Bible, the Hebrew Bible, the scrolls from the Dead Sea, the Nag Hammadi scrolls, the poetry of Kabir and Rumi and Hafiz, or St. Teresa of Avila, or Meister Eckhart, all of these wisdom speakers, David White. This is so awesome. And this time of year, we get to just get bathed in that story over and over. In a lovely book by Dr. Holmes, it's a wonderful, if you were looking for a book next year to travel through the year with, it's the 365 Days of the Science of Mind. And in one of the recent passages, it says, we are to recognize the divine in everything, to speak the divine in everything, to see it everywhere. Lift the stone and you will find me. Cleave the wood, for there I am. Under the stone. I love that idea. Lift the stone. Sometimes it feels like the weight of the world is upon us, like we're pushing, what's that guy, Sisyphus or something? Pushing the rock up the hill, like we're just up against that, right? But if we can look underneath that, supporting us there, that is the divine presence. That's the ability to choose a new direction, right? Or cleave the wood. Sometimes it feels like we just can't get through it. We can't get through what's happening. But if we just split that in half, right inside there is still the divine waiting for us. Speak it, see it everywhere, and you shall find the light of the season, the super glue of your life. And so it is. All right, here we are. Ready? The ways I celebrate the season make my life worth living and spiritually bond me to everyone I meet. To everyone I meet. Thanks, cowgirl. I like that hat on you. Time for our revealing prayer. We get to speak the truth of our being, to recognize this divine presence of which we were just speaking as a part of us that's waiting right in here and now for our call. So I invite you to take a breath. Let your eyes softly close if you so desire, or maybe just a soft gaze onto the prayer candle underneath this teaching symbol. And in this moment, without consciously asking for it, a simple allowing that thing to arise up in consciousness that is the truth of who and what you are. It's the desire of the heart, it is the intention of the soul, it is the whispering of spirit calling forth to you, this is me. What is that right here and now? Is it health? Is it relationship? Is it abundance, prosperity? Is it the resolution of what appears to be a problem or a challenge? Is it just the joy of the day and the happiness of life? Yes, thank you, God. Whatever that is, hold that in mind right here and now as I know this truth. That there is this divine presence of which we are part. There is this light shining within us underneath this bushel basket, but always shining out brightly through every crack and crevice. Under the stone, in the wood, in our hearts, in every activity, God is showing up. And so in this moment, I speak this truth of my own life, knowing that whatever situation is facing me, there is that divine presence within. There is that light within. And through this word, I am aware of it, I see it, and I allow it to burst forth into the most full expression of life possible. Solving what appears to be a challenge, bringing what appears to be health and wholeness in the place of what looks like something less than that. Showing up as prosperity and abundance of ideas, of financial wherewithal. No matter what the condition of my life is, I know that in this moment, I can change that condition and my relationship to it by the power of the mind, by the relationship I have with this power, and my ability to say yes, and then to step into the good. This I know is my truth, and I know it's the truth for each and every person here in this room, and anybody that's watching on the screen right now, or anyone that is in our hearts and minds that we're saying yes to, sharing our love with. Grateful for this knowledge and grateful for this process of prayer, our release into a law that says, yes, yes, my beloved, my pleasure to give you the kingdom right here and now. And so it is. I'm going to anchor that one in a Jon moment. It's for you. These are the ways we can support our spiritual community. You know many of them. If you're at home, jump on the website, do your donation there, or don't leave the page. Pick up your cell phone and text 805-600-5677 and put the word give in there, or next week call the office if you'd like to do that. Okay? Here's our affirmation, but it didn't, that's later. Here we go. Ready? Divine love, it's doing its perfect work here and now. Divine love harmonizes. Divine love adjusts. Divine love prospers. Divine love foresees everything and richly provides every good thing for Center for Spiritual Living, Simi Valley, and the world now. Divine love is victorious. I think Cherie's going to play some music. Becky's going to walk around with the basket. Linda's going to have one. The volunteer of the month has another. Keep an eye on what's happening up in the next couple of weeks. Fancy.
Thank you. Over, you got one more from Mr. Payne. And this is going to be fun. He's taking notes.
Well, some of it. I wrote some of it in advance. I cheated. But a good portion of it was from today.
It's amazing.
It's just a updated version if I make a mistake.
That's right.
We all have collective identity rituals, like the cheeseheads of Green Bay, waiting for the reindeer, pulling Santa's sleigh. Thank you for these lessons you and your brother taught us, enhanced by the wisdom of Demetrius Zygolatus.
That's
Just wanted to say that word.
That's impressive.
Sherwood Forest, Zucker Park, bringing lightness to the dark. Touches places in our hearts. It's a super glue of Christmas lights that makes us feel all warm inside. Bonds us to folks passing by. That's the spirit of Christmas. Wherever you go, people all around you with that special glow. Can feel it. That's when you know. Oh, you've got the spirit of Christmas. It's not just presents underneath the tree. It's choirs singing in sweet harmony. It's demonstrating our humanity. Oh, it's how we celebrate the season. Gives each one of us more reasons in our hearts to be believing. Oh, it's the spirit of Christmas everywhere you go. People all around you with that special glow. You can see it, you can feel it. That's when you know you've got the spirit of Christmas. It's It's different course every time, you know. People all around you with that special glow. They'll follow me wherever I go. You can see it, you can feel it, that's when you know you've got the spirit of Christmas. The spirit of Christmas. I'll tell you this much. You've got the spirit of Christmas. Thank you.
Amazing.
Thanks for jumping in the pit with me.
Absolutely.
I'm just so impressed he got Zakalakas in there. It is fun to say, isn't it? Right? I know. It's so great. Ron, thank you so much. Where's Ron? Oh, I think maybe he's in the back with the kids. He is? He went back to hang with the kids because he's a big kid himself, but he's also our lead service person today. Becky and Linda for the service team. Deborah on stage. You were a little slower today. I actually saw you come up and down on the stage. It was awesome. That was wonderful. It was wonderful. Thank you, Dee, for slides and all the things you do to make sure that we have the doors open and the place ready to go. I think that we had a solo performance today from John Mizialko as the director of the show. Rocking it. Gregory back there giving him his grades. He got an A+. John, thanks so much for your prayers and your practitioner work for the day. Love the Soul Purpose Band. As always, good to have the shells in the house. Lovely. Good to see you guys, too. And, Linda Romano's back in the back. Linda Romano's back in the back, so that's really good with the kids, with the Cosmic Galaxy kids, and it's back also there with Greg and Larry, who went back to hang out in the back room as well. And later, office support is going to be Costa and Kathy. So all those, just thank you so much for all of that. Okay, Karen's going to be in the back. If you're new, she's got flyers to give you and information around stuff that she's doing as well. So I want to just let that be known to you as well. And let's see, what else is going on? Oh, John, come up here. Make a pitch for your prayer and tell us what else we got going on. We got some other things happening. They're going to be up there for you to remind us.
I will be available for prayer in the prayer room, or I'll be standing by the door there. So anybody who cares to partake of that after service, I'll be available. And then we're asking that you fill out your conscious giving card or do it online. Mm-hmm. There are cards now still, too, right?
We still have cards.
Okay. I'm guilty. I haven't done mine yet.
You haven't?
Yeah, but don't tell anyone.
But you're such a dedicated tither. I'm surprised you haven't done your pledge card. We won't tell them that.
Okay, don't tell them.
Okay.
Don't tell them. So fill out your pledge card or go online.
Just
like I've always done. Better?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Okay. I think is that anymore?
No, we got the
candle lighting service instead of service on Sunday. So don't show up on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And 1 o'clock. What is it?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. Yeah,
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my ears.
It'll be 1 o'clock somewhere, but not here.
Yeah. Hawaii. It'll be it'll be 1 o'clock.
Is it Hawaii?
Yeah.
You guys that was quick. That was good. I knew it was somewhere out in the Pacific, but I didn't know it had land in that spot. That's great. Oh, is it this time of year? It's only 2 hours. Oh, because they don't do the. Oh boy, it is somewhere in the ocean on a boat. Samoa.
Okay.
That's it.
I think that's it.
I hope so.
Okay.
We're done. Yeah, we're done.
Okay.
Woo! We made it. Let's do our benediction. Stand up. Let's do that together. This is great. Okay. I'm at home in the heart of God. My life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate. I live in the consciousness of peace. I release all fear. I am living love. Sing time. Here we go. Closing song.
Love be with you, peace enfold you, spirit lift you, breathe it in, truth come through you, may good flow
next week right here. See Karen. She's got a party coming up next week.
Don't remember what day it was. I didn't notice what time it was. All I know is that I fell in love with you. And if all my dreams come true, I'll be spending time with you. Every day's a new day in love with you. With each day comes a new way of loving you. And every time I see your face, my mind starts to wander. If all my dreams come true, I'll be spending time with you. I love you more today than yesterday, but not as much as tomorrow. To love like ours that grows ever stronger, I always will be true. I know you feel the same way too. I love you more today than yesterday, but not as much as tomorrow. I love you more today than yesterday, but only yesterday. I love you more today than yesterday, but only half as much as tomorrow. Every day's a new day. Every time I love you, every day's a new way. Every time I love you, oh oh, every day's a new day. Oh, how I love you. Today's a new day. Oh, how I love you. I love you. Your faces. It's adorable. Oh, you both did the exact same expression too.